Happy Wednesday to the people. It is I, Bobby from 204 Comics, and joining me in here is in fact Ashley of 204 Comics as well. Ash, how's it doing? How you been? We didn't see you on last week's episode, I don't think. Did we? Maybe for a second.
I made a cameo.
Yeah. How's things been?
Good. We're no longer under the weather.
That's what I'm talking
We're above
about.
the weather.
Okay,
We're
great.
making the weather, making it rain. Is that a thing?
I'm going to cut that out.
Yeah, fair.
Anyway, what is new and exciting, Ash? How did Free Comic Book Day go?
It was fantastic.
Okay.
Very busy. Lots of kids this year. I know we've probably touched on that before, but seeing young people come into the store, get comic books, get excited. That's the future of the hobby, man. It's yeah.
It's definitely a unspoken or maybe underappreciated part of Free Comic Book Day is seeing the new generation of comic book readers picking up their first books.
Yeah.
So that being said, Ash, what are we chatting about this week? First, let's talk a little bit about Free Comic Book Day. There was a lot of titles this year. There was like 50 titles or something like that.
Lots of titles. I feel like enough channels on the interwebs and on YouTube are going to talk about some of the negative stuff. There was a little
speculation and stuff.
Speculation aside, but like the politics, right? I mean, we had Free Comic Book Day and we had Comics Giveaway Day,
right?
Which we're not going to touch on today. If you want to learn more about that, just give it a quick Google as to why that's a thing.
Yep.
I found this year in particular, there was a number of titles that I have absolutely no idea how they chose the age rating for them. Zero. None. Like we had Gun Honey, a book with nudity, like nudity in it. Had a blue label, the same as Lego Batman, the same as Stitch, the same as
it had the blue Free Comic Book Day branding on it.
Yeah, so
it's saying it's for teen or general audience.
Yeah, if you don't know, typically they put 3 different color ratings on the Free Comic Book Day logo. You got green for all ages.
I think I talked about it last week.
Right, sure, yeah. So you got the 3. Gun Honey had a blue label, and I was perplexed.
Yeah, I did flip through that book. Anyway, if you picked up Gun Honey, just know it's not really for kids, as it turns out. If you know Gun Honey, it is certainly of the... it's very pin-up heavy. It's kind of like a female James Bond.
It's a crime noir kind of book with a
sexy undertones.
A very attractive female lead.
Yes.
Who fights crime in her underwear, basically.
Yeah, or swimsuits, or lack thereof. It's a cool book if you're into it, but
I'm not knocking the book.
Its classification for its age range was probably pretty inappropriate.
I had a problem that when I was putting them alphabetical on the table for people to come pick up, it was literally next to Lego Batman. And it's like, what are we talking here?
Fair enough. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Whoever from these companies running Free Comic Book Day and or Comics Giveaway Day who may in fact stumble on this video.
I hope they do. Because that, let me tell you.
Yeah. Let's brush up on our classification.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, Ash, that is a little bit of Free Comic Book Day drama for the people. What are we chatting about this week on the show aside from that, though, Ash?
Ooh. What, you said, gonna try and do our best impression of up-and-coming Instagram, TikTok.
Up-and-coming? That guy's made it, man.
Yeah, he's made it, yeah. Subway takes.
It's our hot takes episode today. Yeah, so, Ash...
We're keeping it comic industry related, right?
Yes, comic book and industry related. What is your hot take? This could be about a character, a storyline, an artist, a writer.
I'm going first.
It could be about the industry as a whole. What is your hot take, Ashley?
My hot take is that lots of these major publishers, Marvel being probably the worst offender, they really need to stop bringing in these legacy creators.
Oh, like who? We can't say.
No, I'll say.
We're gonna
John
make enemies.
Jr.
Okay. Don't get me started on JRJR. Yeah, Frank Miller.
They got to stop bringing these guys like back from the retirement home and giving them like A-list books and A covers and whatever to work on. Because I tell you what, there is so much good up and coming young talent and
people who've been established but just aren't getting the same opportunities.
Yeah. Hey, let's give. Oh, Frank Miller worked on Wolverine. Okay, let's give him a variant cover. And it's like once in a while, sure, that's fine. But like some of these covers, man, and some of these
Frank
stories,
Miller's art has definitely changed quite a lot. But I mean, that's going to happen with people who are, in the industry for a long period of time, and people who don't work as frequently as they once did, especially.
Well, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stop giving them mainstream access on a regular basis. You want to bring them back for a one-off, once a year, 1 in 50 ratio cover. Sure, perfect. I love it. I'd encourage that. But like giving these guys constant work, there's enough people out there to fill the void.
That is a spicy one.
I thought so. But now you got to do what he does, where you either agree or disagree. 100%. 100%.
I'm in 100% agree with you.
Okay.
I believe, and I probably am more vocal about it in the shop at the very least than on our YouTube channel about my disdain for some of the created works of Frank Miller, especially. I'm not a big, what he did. Dark Knight Returns, did he not?
That might be a hot take in itself. I mean, Dark Knight Returns was fantastic.
I don't care for it at all.
Sure.
Yeah. It's too much reading for my liking. I say comic books are a very picture-based medium. How come I got to read a novel in this Dark Knight Returns? You know that scene when the Joker's at the night show there, and he's yammering on. It's like a page of text. I'm saying, listen, Frank, if I want a novel, I'm going to go read Dragonlance. I'm going to read Harry Potter. Sure. I'm going to read The Name of the Wind by some guy whose name I can't remember. Apologies, but I'll read a fantasy novel if I want a novel. I'm not talking about Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, off topic. Point being, I'm not a big Frank Miller guy. I like 300. I thought that was cool.
300 was fantastic.
Sin City, great stuff. And I think his chunky kind of art style worked really well for a lot of the stories in Sin City. But
that's also.
Wait, did he do the art for Sin City? I imagine a comic guy doesn't know his comic artist.
I want to say that he might have done the covers, but I feel like it was like Mike Mignola.
Yeah, I feel now that I'm thinking back, I'm like the shadows and the way that the art looks, it kind of reminds me of Mignola. So maybe it is him. I don't know. The point is, Frank Miller's done some cool stuff as a writer.
I picked two names, but I mean, like, there's a lot of legacy guys.
Alex Ross. You think he's got it still?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
A few years ago, he's doing all the Iron Man covers that were regular. They were good.
But again, the once a year or every 6 months.
So you're saying
we had the villains covers. We had the villains again. We had the heroes. We had the heroines. We had
with Timeless.
It's too much.
What about, so let's just kind of off topic but adjacent. So let's say like in wrestling, when the Undertaker comes back, this is the same situation. It's like, well, they're not giving an opportunity to Danhausen. They're giving an opportunity to the Undertaker, whatever, right? I mean, obviously, whatever. If you follow WWE, great, you're on top. You're on this train. But if you don't, sorry if I'm losing you here. When a legacy person comes back and takes an opportunity from a person who's not a legacy person, an up and comer, someone who's currently a jobber, you're choked. You're not happy about that.
I'm choked. And now here's the thing, though. And I like your example, but I'll argue it a little bit. You get a guy like Undertaker puts butts in the seats.
Yeah.
I can, and maybe
JRJR does not put butts in seats right now.
And that might be a microcosm view of our subscriber base and store.
Sure.
But I tell you what, when you get JRJR doing the A covers on Spider-Man, the sub numbers dropped in like half because it was garbage. Like,
to be fair, the content of Amazing Spider-Man, it's not been great for a while, according to the people.
But then you throw in a cover where you have Kingpin and Typhoid Mary, and Kingpin quite literally looks like a caricature of Mr. Potato Head, and it's like, dude, like, you got to do better than that.
I mean, I don't know. Look, is there a little bit of nepotism going on with JRJR? Yeah. I don't know. Probably yes, but also JRJR been around for a long time, and a lot of people love him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let the Brett Favre thing. It's like let him ride off into the sunset as a legend.
You think he's old, JRJR? He's probably 60 or something, no?
Probably, yeah. But I mean, like, he comes back, you know, like does the Brett Favre thing, comes back for a retirement tour, essentially embarrasses himself with.
This is spicy, actually. These are hot. Listen, these are hot takes.
It's a hot take because it's. I mean, at the end of the day, it's bottom line for the shop too, right?
It does affect our sales directly. Yes, if the wrong creators in the eyes of our subscribers are on a title, ruining it for them, they're going to stop buying it, which means you and I and Erica are all being paid less. So it is, but at the same time, you can't have Daniel Warren Johnson doing every single comic. You can't have Bill Sienkiewicz doing every single cover, right? You can't.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, we love Uncle Bill. Anyway, spicy.
Hey,
that is
you
very
said hot
spicy.
takes. I'm not coming in with a mild picante salsa. You know.
Yeah, you're doing salsa roja.
We're going to salsa Diablo.
Oh,
queso Diablo.
This. A day after Cinco de Mayo, you're saying these things. Interesting. Very good. Well, if we're talking about hot takes in the comic book world, let me give you my spicy one.
Ooh, caliente.
I don't care about Spider-Man. I really don't. And that is saying something as a guy who works in a comic store where Spider-Man is essentially worth its weight in gold. I'm not a big-time Spider-Man enjoyer. Don't get me wrong.
Now, are you talking current or like?
I'm talking as a nutshell. Spider-Man, I could do without.
Wow.
It to me, here's the thing. Superman, I hate. That might be a spicy take too for some people, but I can't. I'm over Superman. I've seen Superman. I heard Superman. Movies, comic books, TV show, whatever. Yeah. I'm over Superman. Okay, you can't do anything else with that character. That hasn't been done pretty much already. It's boring for me. Now, Superman, I wish I could take credit for the quote, but someone once said, Superman is intended to represent the best of us, and Spider-Man is intended to represent all of us. I think Spider-Man is a more interesting character than Superman. However, I still don't care that much. And maybe it's because of the quality of work has really dropped off the cliff in the more recent days.
I mean, the last few years, the
movies are fun.
No, the movies.
I like the movies.
Movies are fun.
Great.
Tom Holland's great.
I love Tom Holland. I think he's a great actor. I think incredible actor. Actually,
we've definitely had I don't even want to call it a dry spell. It's been a tough slog.
There's no excitement for Spider-Man.
For Spider-Man,
this like a good
aside
example.
From Ultimate Spider-Man.
When they did the Ultimate Universe, but guess what happened? Okay. They just undid essentially everything that they've done in Spider-Man comics for the last 10 years. They were like, what if we just didn't do that? And here's what happened to Spider-Man instead. Boom. That's Ultimate Universe. Yeah. Okay. So what about Brand New Day? Nah. One Moment in Time. Nah. Boom. That's Ultimate Spider-Man. Done. He's happy. He's married. Everything's good. He's got his life together.
I mean, that should speak to how bad Spider-Man's been, though, right?
Spider-Man's not an interesting character if he's got his life together. That's what the prevailing thought was. That's why they did this to him, I feel like. Who did that? Dan DiDio? Was it him? Some guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did it 10 years ago with the Mephisto One Moment in Time. Let's save Aunt May's life storyline, right?
Yeah.
It ended up being a whole thing. And, it made Spider-Man, it made a lot of people pissed.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just always been like, he's cool, but I don't care.
I don't like it when he has his life together.
I think a lot of people, because they can't identify with that.
Sure.
They might on the surface say, Spider-Man's my boy, I want what's best for him. But on the back end of it, he's not that interesting to you because he's not messing it up.
On a meta level.
Yeah.
Now, to counter that, do you think that that's why you like him in the movies, because he's constantly messing it up. Like,
yeah,
that's
probably.
What the movies are based on.
The movie, he can't do anything right.
Can't do anything right.
Yeah, he's always something's going wrong for Spider-Man, and I think that I, as a person, can identify with that a lot better than a character like Superman. Now, with that being said,
sure,
I still don't care. It's still not enough for me, and that's funny because I know so many people who love Spider-Man. He's their all-time favorite superhero. Blah blah blah. But like, look, go read a Spider-Man comic right now. And see what the hell's going on. Okay?
I'll counter that point in that, like I said, Spider-Man lovers have had a tough go the last bunch of years. Because it's like
since Nick Spencer, hey?
I was like the Nick Spencer, like,
but that's not, I don't
73 issues of Boomerang. Like,
okay, well, Boomerang's going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. So, I mean.
Miss me with that. How's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
To counter your... Who asked?
That's a new segment I might start doing called Who Asked. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Then they're pushing a lot of new events right now, right? Like the Death Spiral comics are coming out.
Sure.
We have some subscribers in the store who are reading ASM, and they are like rolling their eyes at Death Spiral.
There's a number, it's still a fairly high number of subscribers for that book, but a number of them have literally said they're just pulling the book because they're completionists and they don't want to miss an issue of ASM. And it's like, we were talking about Mad TV earlier, Stuart. That's sad. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, I do know what you mean.
I'm buying this book because I feel like I have to, and I have all of them. It's like, man.
Well,
read something else.
That's a couple of little hot takes.
Yeah, for a first episode of hot takes, I mean, man, we went for the jugular.
Yeah, and that's honestly, that's not even my hottest take. Either of those. Frank Miller, never heard of him. So,
and then I left you hanging with I 100% agree on your take.
Mine?
Yeah.
Which one?
Of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah. I mean, like,
the modern stuff.
Sure.
But the classic Spider-Man.
I love classic
Black
Spider-Man.
Cat, Punisher, Shocker, Prowler, Mysterio. What a great villain Mysterio is. And on the surface level, what a dweeb as well. Sure. But, I could do illusions. What are you, David Blaine? Yeah, this week Spider-Man defeats David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Fantastic story, guys. Anyway, listen, if you like the hot takes, let us know if we upset you.
Or, I mean, drop your own hot take in the comments.
I would like to know that.
Sure.
Here's a hot take. Bobby's a doofus who doesn't know anything about comics. Oh, okay. Great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Bobby's a typical old head who doesn't want his comics messed with.
No, I want my comics to be very messed with. Thank you. That's
no,
why.
But I'm saying that'd be the hot take of...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Anyway, folks, what an episode. Whew. Free Comic Book Day was great. Whoever put Gun Honey as a blue Free Comic Book Day label, you should be fired. Also, let us know your hot takes. We'll see you next Wednesday for whatever you guys... what do we got next Wednesday? Do you know? Maybe I should do the Journey book next Wednesday.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That's a fun one. We'll see you guys then. Enjoy the week. Happy Wednesday, and visit a comic shop, get your new books. Make sure you don't leave them sitting in your account for an extended period of time. That's a
lukewarm at best take. That should just be a commandment.
You heard it first. Toodaloo.